Hi, it's Alan here from Reilly Real Estate with Reilly's Real Talk for this Friday, the 11th of November, Remembrance Day for 2022. This week we're going to bring you a regular update of what's happening across the Toowoomba marketplace, but also wanted to talk to you about some opportunities that might exist in the marketplace right now for people to transition in our marketplace, being that upsizing or potentially downsizing, and why now could be a really good time to look at doing just that in our local market. So let's look across what's been happening in the local market over the past week for Toowoomba. Well, as of this morning on realestate.com.au, there were 788 properties advertised for sale in the Toowoomba city and suburbs area. Of those 788, only 460 were still actually available for sale. Well over 300 were actually under contract as of this morning. So that 460 number, it's interesting that the 700, the overall number of properties on the site seems to vary quite a bit, but that 460 number has stayed pretty steady over the last few weeks in terms of how many homes are actually for sale, which is really interesting when you consider that in the past week there's been over 70 new properties come to the market. So what that shows is that the absorption rate or the take-up rate of properties is at the moment matching or probably just a little bit outstripping the supply that's coming into the market by a few properties here or there. I think last week it was 462, a couple of weeks ago it was just a tick under 460, so it's hovering around that 460 mark, and so as I say, it shows that absorption rate is around the same as the number of properties. It's about even, and the number of properties coming on the market is being matched by the number of properties selling each week. And what that shows from a buying point of view is that each week you should be finding as a buyer that there are more properties or new properties to go and have a look at, but also from a selling point of view, we're seeing, and the market shows, that good quality properties are still selling in a good time frame. From a price point of view, we're certainly seeing prices hold steady at the moment. We're not seeing a huge amount of growth like we were this time last year, but prices are still very good, and despite the interest rate rises, it seems to be staying that way. But I think it is that balance between buyers and sellers that is creating that good stability in the market right now. So what I would say is there's good opportunities for both buyers and sellers out there. In fact, this weekend for buyers, there's over 150 properties available for inspection this Saturday across Toowoomba, and that's an increase of around about 20 properties from last week. So some good news for buyers out there this Saturday. So that's a bit of an overview of the market just quickly. And what I wanted to talk to you about today is why now could be an ideal time to be transitioning in our marketplace. And what I mean by transitioning is making the move. Maybe it's from a larger family home where the kids have grown up and moved out and moving down to a smaller property that's a bit more easy to manage, or you're in that smaller property, maybe it's your first home and the family's gotten bigger and you're looking to upgrade that home. Now is an ideal time to be looking at either of those options, and this is why it could be a great time to do that. So as I just mentioned, we've got a marketplace that seems to be stabilising. So we've had really good growth in the last couple of years, but we seem to be entering a period of stability at the moment. Even with the interest rate rises, we're still a very popular place for people to buy, which is fantastic. And so that means if you're looking to upgrade, if you've had your property for any longer than 2 years, which is when we've seen that really good growth, then there's every chance you've got really good equity in the property you're already in. What does that mean? Well, that means that you've got scope to potentially refinance that property, and obviously you need to go and have a chat to your financial advisor and broker about what's best for you. But that equity can allow you to do a few things. It can allow you to potentially buy an investment property. It can allow you to do some renovations if that's what you want to do. You want to stay in the area that you're in, you really like the home. You might be able to renovate and extend to accommodate the growth of the family. It can also allow you to sell and upgrade without significantly changing your mortgage. So you could go to that better property without going through that renovation process and be in much the same position potentially as what you are. So a really good opportunity there for people who are already in the market and thinking of upgrading. Similarly, for people who are in those larger properties and thinking of downsizing, you've had that good growth as well over the last few years. And yes, prices of those properties that you might be looking to downsize to have gone up, but it's all relative in the end. So you've had growth, they've had growth, so it's still a good opportunity to move down to that lower price property or smaller property, and do it with some good money left over, which for those of you who are looking at retiring or coming close to that age, that can be a great way to add to your super balance. So that stability in the marketplace, we always like to see that things are growing, and that's a really good thing we've had over the last couple of years. But coming into that more stable period can be really good for people looking to transition, so to buy and sell in the same marketplace. It all becomes relative as to where you're going. And so that's why I think now, for people who maybe you're in that smaller home and you want to upgrade, you've potentially got really good equity there to do the renovations on your home and make it what you want, or to be able to upgrade and not go through that process and just get into that larger home that already exists. People that are in that larger home and wanting to downsize, similarly, you've got a great opportunity to do that right at the moment. And we are seeing some really strong demand for larger units in our marketplace, and I think that is an indication of people that are making that move down, because there's a lot of owner-occupiers that we're seeing wanting to move into, especially those 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom units as they become available in Toowoomba. So I hope that has been of some value for you. If you've got any further questions, please get in touch, and of course, to find out where your property sits in the market, maybe get a bit of an idea of how much equity you do have after the last couple of years of growth. One of the best things you can do is to get an update on the value of your property. That can help you make better financial decisions for the future, no matter which way you're going. And we'd love to help with that. So for a no obligation and certainly cost-free update on the value of your home, please get in touch. We'd love to help. Thanks for watching.